Hello folks, this is Anthony. Welcome back to the channel. Today I got this surging problem on this 55 at idle. It's a fairly easy fix. If that's all we're going to do is clean out the idle jet. I'll put a link at the end of the video on how to clean the entire carburetor without removing it from the frame. And that'll be at the end of the video. But today we've got this idle surging problem, which is pretty common on small engines. This will work for just about any small engine that has a Honda carburetor on it. So let's get to this. We'll take some of the stuff off first so we get a better view of the carb. Here's your air cleaner. Well, this is the air cover. It doesn't have an air cleaner in it. Let's stick that over here. And let's see. Gotta take this cover off. On this 55, most of the Hondas are slightly different. You gotta take the top cover off like that. Now you gotta take the elbow off. Well, actually, you can get in there. Let's see. Can you see that? Uh, your idle jet is in there, but I'm gonna take the I'm gonna take this elbow off so it's easier for you guys to see everything. So let's see. We take this held on by a couple cap nuts, 10 millimeter. I loosened everything up just to make things easier. Put the choke, close the choke, and close your fuel so this will come off. Oh, on this particular machine, it's got a bolt at the top holding the elbow in. So you got to take that out, and it just slides right off. Okay. Now I got the choke closed. I got the fuel off. Now you can see it, right? Here's your idle jet right there. This is your idle. You can adjust your idle with this screw. So we take this screw out first. That way you can get the idle jet out. Try to do everything with one hand here. I do have a headset, but my forehead keeps on shutting off the camera. And then I'll put this. I always keep a. This is a magnetic tray that I got at Harbor Freight. It's good to hold parts, even plastic parts. Okay, now you can take the idle jet out. You can use a flat screwdriver or you can use a needle nose pliers, these mini needle nose. Mini tools come in handy on a small engine. Let's see if I can, yeah, I can get this out. Okay. So now my jet's out. Put there. Now what happens, folks, is when you're surging at idle, and the surging goes away when you close the choke. Okay, here's your choke that's open. That's where it's when it's warmed up. If you have to close the choke a little bit to get rid of the surging, then most likely your idle jet's clogged or partially clogged. Now, it could be other things in the carburetor that are clogged. And like I said, I'll post a link to the video to do the whole carburetor cleaning without removing it. Okay, here's your idle circuit jet. This is about 17 bucks from Honda. If you can see, it's got a little O-ring at the end here. Now you can get the whole set. I recommend this if you're doing any carburetor work. Get the whole gasket set at the Honda dealer. It's got the O-ring. It's got the little O-ring right here for your idle jet. It's got this O-ring for the sediment cup. If the sediment cup is leaking, here's your sediment cup right there. If it's that leaking fuel, that may need a replacement. Your bowl O-ring, um, your little let's see, red gasket there um, for your drain plug. Okay, so that's you can get that at the Honda dealer or a parts place. But anyways, you want to inspect this O-ring and make sure it's not flattened, cracked, damaged in any ways. You'd be surprised how many times it's the O-ring that's causing problems, or starting problems or idling problems. Okay, so what I do is I use these torch cleaners down here. You can get these on eBay or Amazon, and you use the smallest one, your smallest wire, to poke in the end here. That's your idle jet. You want to poke in there and turning around and clean it. So you want the carb cleaner. You can use carb cleaner too to clean it out, or compressed air. So what I do, I get I like gum out. This is I do a lot of carburetors. I really like gum out, or you can get a carburetor spray from Walmart. It's a lot cheaper. And what's nice about carburetor spray, you can spray it and you all over your carburetor, and on the outside you can clean all the dirt off. So what you do, you put it at the end of your straw here and you spray. You want to clean it out after you've done your wire. Let me see if I can do this. You want to make sure you're wearing air protection, because eye protection, okay? And you want to spray in there. Let's do this. See the carb spray coming out of those holes on the side? So that tells me that it's cleaned out now. Now after it's done, there's a hole in here, and the hole where the carb jet, the idle jet goes. There's a hole that you can put your straw in and clean that. Then I put a little lubrication on the end there, on the O-ring, so that I can push it back in. You want to make sure it lines up. Push it back in, and you'll feel a little snap, and then you know it's back in there. Then you can put your screw back in. I'm trying to do this with one hand, folks. So you start your screw. Screw that in until it's coming out on the other side a little bit. Okay. Then you can put your, let's see what's next. You want to put your elbow back on. Put your elbow back on. Put your cap nuts back on. I'm not going to put it all back together. I want to see if this works now. Come on, baby. Let's get this back together so we can see if it was surging slightly before. It's always something, right? I prefer a socket. I should be a good scout and be prepared. Okay, I'm not going to put the top cover back on. I don't need to. Let's turn the fuel on, choke on, see if it will start. I attached my small engine tack so that I can reset the idle. Turn the key on. Let's see if it will start. It's not surging as much. I'm going to have to clean out the rest of the carburetor to clean out any other minor clogs, but it's much better now. You can adjust your idle up by screwing this screw in a little bit more, and you can use your small engine tack to set your idle and your fast throttle. I use an alligator clip on the end here on the spark plug wire. So that was pretty fairly simple fix, cleaning out your idle jet. If you've got the surging problem, a lot of times that's the only issue. If you have a slightly hard starting or surging at idle, folks. So thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.